Welcome back to the Cozy Rosy Crochet channel. Today I'm taking you through some of the behind the scenes prep for my biggest yarn show for 2025. I'm going to be doing the Knit and Stitch show at Alexandra Palace for the second time. It's almost 12 months since that first ever yarn show for the Knit and Stitch show in London last year, and there's been some really big kind of learning lessons at that show and onwards. What I've discovered is I actually prefer focusing on the patterns and encouraging people to make their own thing using their own yarn stash. And actually I've had a lot of feedback from people saying, oh, I don't need yarn for that, I've got that at home. And I'm just going to look at my shelf just to this side and understand exactly what they're saying, because most of us crafters have a sizable yarn stash. So at the Knit and Stitch show last year, I had Terry the Tree kits and I had my hodgepodge blanket kits. And actually I ended up selling my new then, obviously I printed 4 books by that point, the Cozy Christmas collection was an absolute sellout. It literally sold out on the Saturday afternoon. So it kind of made me think, oh, it kind of, you know, switched in my mind. Actually, people want, for me, definitely they want patterns. So I've really lent into that over the next 12 months. And at the London show originally, I think I had 4 individual patterns printed, my bestsellers. And then I had my 4 books that I'd published, self-published by that point as well. And I've really kind of lent into that. And as the year has progressed, I've kind of picked some seasonal patterns because I have, I think, 150 different patterns published on Ravelry and Etsy, but I've only got a select amount that are currently available in print or in a book. So now, this year, I've launched my Hooked on Summer book, and then most recently just released the Cable Comforts book. I was aiming to have the 2nd volume of the Cozy Christmas collection released by October. If I'm honest, I don't want to rush it. It's kind of halfway done. So I'm going to push it back to next summer. It will release in July next year. Hold me to that and chase me up on it, please, because I love Christmas in July. I love any opportunity to talk about Christmas. So I've parked it for now so I can focus on this show and the rest of 2025, and I'll revisit it when Christmas is over, because I'd like it to be Christmas every day, as they say. So yeah, that's my biggest learning, was I'm moving away from kind of designed kits and putting everything together for someone, and actually just offering the patterns and showing variations of that. So I have gone from 4 individual printed patterns to about a selection of 20, and depending on the season, it will depend on which patterns I'm taking to the shows, which does lead in very well to the bags that are behind me. Reason I have these bags behind me, because we have to make sure that I'm taking the right samples to the show. Last year I had a van. I hired a van and I drove the van myself to the show to take as much as I could. I had no idea about stock quantities and things like that. And I'll be honest, I had an accident in the van. So I've not driven a van since. It wasn't a huge accident because I know I've already talked about the pile up that we had on the way to the Stitch Festival in multiple videos. And that was in March. But in the first show, I knocked someone else's van. They were also hiring, and I don't know what her business name was, but I just pray, and I mean pray, and I've hoped and prayed about this a number of times, that I didn't ruin their show, because sometimes the profit margins can be so tight, and I was very fortunate. I paid for the excess protection on that van, and it was my fault, so hopefully it's all fine and it didn't impact on her income. But oh my God, I can't tell you how bad I felt. Anyway, I don't know who they are, and I apologise but anyway. Okay, so checking the list, make sure so many Christmas references already, I'm sorry. Okay, so I've written on here, I'm not a hoarder, but, and the reason I've written that is because 1, 2, I've got another bag on the top of the wardrobe of samples, and I can see I've got finished objects dotted all around this room. But I know what patterns I'm taking for London. Obviously, we've printed quite a few over the last 12 months. And we're going to run through some of them now. Okay, the first one out of the bag is the Jolly Holiday blanket. I do have a cream version of this, but I do not take the cream version with me to the shows. simply because it gets filthy. 18 different filet patterns. You can really see them here actually. All with a Christmas theme. Oh, she's got a crease in her. I might have to give that a steam. So you get the snowman. What's that one? Or snowflake. The big man himself. Next one out is the Perfect Pairs pocket shawl. This has been an absolute bestseller at the shows. Excuse the state of me today. It is a Saturday. I am chilling out. And it has, oh no, it hasn't stretched out of shape. That's good. The giantest pockets. And I love it. I mean, you see, I'm not a smallest person, but look how well it wraps you up. So this has always been a popular pattern. And I've seen quite a few nice remakes of this one. Very, very popular printed pattern. It's only a £5 at the shows to get the printed version. So this is definitely coming with me. We cannot ignore the wrapped in diamonds sweater. It is, I've done a crop version, it makes my boobs look huge, but when it's worn properly, it looks okay. So the wrapped in diamonds sweater is a bit of a unique one. Has the beautiful pattern on the sleeve and across the chest, and the raglan, not the raglan, but the yoke kind of cuts off the diamonds. It's beautiful. And actually, one of my testers, Julie, has just donated me her sample. Look at her, she's so tiny. Of the original pattern. This has got a slightly higher neckline than her version, and that's because this pattern is worked bottom up, so you can adjust the height of the yoke as you get to it. So this for me is perfect. It's actually, I've designed this for me to wear the skirt. Yeah, there. So the original yarn it was made with was James C. Marble Brett Chunky. So both of these are coming. So we're back to this angle because I'm having to, see, this is why we need to check them. I've just spotted a bit of a end or a tag on there, so that one needs to be reviewed. A blanket pile and a garment pile. We're back to a very basic blanket, very beginner friendly. This is my chevron blanket. Smells a bit storagey. And again, Love Crafts or Paint Box, Simply Chunky, very hard wearing. That's in the blanket pile. Ah, here we are. This is my version, you see the size difference, of my dress option of the wrapped in diamonds. And this is why I like it, because it's bottom up. You can make it as long as you want. And I made mine a dress to wear with leggings. Got a much wider neckline, my version, that I, gosh, have I gained weight since I made this? No, I've got extra clothes on. Oh, it just sits so nice. For me, this is the neckline I love. Nice and wide, really, really comfortable to wear. And the yarn is self-striping, so it just means it does all the colour work for you. Worked in the round. You can see there is a bit of a seam here, but it's not really a seam. It's completely smooth. But if you use a solid colour, there is no seam whatsoever. Because that is the same side. Where is it? See, you can't even see it. You still can't see the seam, so that's quite good, isn't it? So if you did it in a solid colour like this, and you can bring the neckline up as you want to. So this is my crop version for my body, and this is the dress length. It comes down, I could wear it with tights, but I wouldn't, if you know what I mean. If I'm going to wear this one, I'll probably take the other two. But isn't it just so flattering? It doesn't even cling to my belly. I just love it so much. So this one is staying out because I'm going to wear it. And then we have what could be considered summer wear with my version of the Granny Hexie, which has lots of different stitch patterns in it and a beautiful raised seam. I love this so much. So easy to wear. It's going to be a little bit cool to wear this at the show. I'm probably going to remake this again. I have two versions myself. One that lives at home because I wear it a lot. This pattern's included in the Hooked On Summer book. Kind of like a sleeveless t-shirt. So that is not coming with me. Okay. Oh, yes. So we have the Wrapped in Diamond accessories, which comes with a scarf and corresponding beanie. And they are super, super snuggly. Oh God, I love this. See, I want to wear, I need to make another one of these because I want to wear them. Really love this beanie. I have half made it for myself in another colour, which I really like. So I'm going to finish this for myself and wear it because it's just beautiful. Isn't it just stunning? So yeah, but definitely taking these samples with me. Another blanket, and this is the version I stitched up to create another kit. So this is the hodgepodge blanket kit that is in the green and purple shades, because there's more to come. Yeah, here we are. Got the Popalicious blanket, which actually the cushion is just over there on the bed, because you get both the written pattern for the cushion and for this beautiful textured blanket pattern as well. I just absolutely love it. It uses the popcorn stitch, hence the name of Popalicious. This is going to need, I just saw something, no I didn't. I'm just checking for pulls on the fabric. The last one in here is the pink version, showing you the wrong side, the pink version of the hodgepodge blanket. Again, available in a kit, but I'm not taking the kits with me simply because there isn't room on the stand, and there will be other blanket kits available nearby me, so possibly no point taking them really. Did find a laundry sheet in there which smells amazing, so that can go back in there. First bag done. Okay, more blankets. This is one of the blankets from the Cable Comforts book, which I am taking with me because it's going to be quite a focus of the stand. So I'm going to be taking this and my original version of the Cable Comforts blanket, where I've got 8 different squares, 3 of each, all joined. It's a big blanket. So I'm going to be having that on one of the walls, and this will probably be hanging up near the book, probably on a clothes rail. Julie has also been kind enough. Not only has she given me one of her versions of the Wrapped Up in Diamonds sweater, she's also remade for me one of my other most popular patterns, which is the Easy Linen Stitch bag. Now she's made this again in Maggie and Me cotton, and she's chosen the most amazing lining for it. Wow. Now, of course, I am tempted to keep this for myself, but Julie preempted that and made me one in green. If you saw me trying to dye one of my bags earlier this year, I didn't enjoy the process. This was the green I wanted, and I found some yarn in this colour in my stash, and Julie has very kindly the Easy Linen Stitch bag in this kind of Return of the Mac macrame cord from Hobbycraft. Staff discount was used to purchase, I imagine, at some point, although possibly not, because I've had this in my stash for a while, and she's even given me a matching fabric to make my own lining. Isn't that a very good friend? So that's mine. We're on to the second bag. I think a lot of this is going to be the Hooked on Summer book. I'm not taking the samples with me, or only a select. Ah, okay. Oh, this is a funny one. This sample gets a lot of laughs because, as you'll notice when I put it on, we have 2 different sleeves. Because the rose cardigan, what we did as a crochet along, the pattern includes 3 different sleeve options. I think I've gained a bit of weight since I made this. So it has the beautiful tapered sleeve. So as you can see, it comes down to the wrist. And then we have the bishop sleeve that kind of balloons out just from the shape of it. It's actually it's a full circle. And then when you come in, it gives you that beautiful balloon sleeve, which is very popular. I currently have this cardigan back on my hook in a different yarn. I did make a little side split, so this needs a bit of a press, I think, and a bit of a steam before the show. But it just highlights the different sleeve options for people. But I have definitely gained a few pounds since I made this. I think that was 2022, so I'll allow myself that. This is from the Hooked on Summer book, not my size. This was made for a size 8 person. Who modelled it for me in Atlanta way back when, not coming with me. My original Easy Linen Stitch bag, made with the Maggie and Me cotton, that I lined with a magnet. Gloriosa sweater, definitely coming. I know it's summer weight, but it's great for layering in cooler weather. That sample's coming. That's been made with Hobbycraft Return of the Mac Sparkle, as I call it. It's got a mesh stitch along the bottom, very summer, not coming. Part on the Hooked on Summer book. Another version of the Maggie and Me. I need to decide which one I'm taking. Probably going to leave this one and leave it with the summer version. I love this top. Will it still fit me? Because I made this a number of years ago for a Mexico holiday. Let's see if I can get this on. Oh gosh, that's in the wrong place. So I've added, God, I can't get near you now. So I've added this cute belt in the wrong place on this version, just to give it a bit of a cinch in the waist, because I actually have a waist that's way too high. And it's such a simple construction. And I wore it as a beach cover up, but adding this belt just gives it that perfect kind of cinch in. So I made this belt with my lucette fork, and it gives you a really sturdy, firm belt, and just gives you a bit of movement on the waist. So it just kind of brings it in a bit. I'm not selling it wearing it like this, but well, that's not too bad. But I'm classing it as summer, so it's not coming. The ever faithful cable and crossed cardigans. These need a steam and a defuzz because I have worn them a lot. So that's those two. Really want to wrap. Also a bestseller, my original granny ripple with even tassels, because I hate odd. I couldn't have two on one side and one on the other. So these are all made with Sirdar dual spun, and I sell this yarn on my online shop and at shows, and I sell them as a kit. So if you want the kit, you get enough yarn up to a 3XL, or including a 3XL and the pattern for the cardigan for £44, and then the shawl kit is £25 for 2 balls and your pattern. This is the, God, it needs a steam so badly, Gloriosa skirt, which I absolutely love. It's a very simple pencil skirt, timeless classic. Another version of the all meshed up cardigan. I've got some vest tops for my mannequins finally, so their boobies don't stick out. Obviously an all-time bestseller. It's currently in print, only available as part of the Hooked on Summer, and it's probably going to go on its own, not this show, but for next year, definitely, because it's such a popular pattern. Definitely coming, because I'm taking the book, I'm just not taking all the samples. Another one from the Hooked on Summer book is my Bittersweet Margaret skirt. It does feature box pleats, which you can't really see to full effect. So you get box pleats in the skirt as well. Such a wonderful yarn, Lion brand, True Boo. Very hard to work with, but really worth working with. It's coming. What do we have here? Oh, a teeny tiny top for my mannequin. And this is the Isla Multi-Way. I designed this so you could wear it as a bandeau, so without any straps. And if you use snap fasteners, you can wear it as a vest. You can cross it in the front, cross it in the back, or wear it as a halter neck. So it really is a multi-way top. Really beautiful stitch pattern. I am going to take that because it's usually worn with that skirt. This, I know there has been an accident on it a couple of shows ago actually, and I'm embarrassed to say I've just been taking it ever since because it needs a clean. Someone, and it's not me, has spilt coffee on it. I have no problem with people having drinks at a show, but if you're touching samples, please don't come near a white sample with coffee. These things happen. It should wash out. I'm going to try the denture tablet trick on this, just on that section, to try and lift it. Otherwise, it will be a remake. What do we have here? Oh, bralette and shorts. These need a remake. Or a wash. They might shrink back a bit in the wash, but the waistband is supposed to be shaped, and it's been pulled so taut. I have to fold it about that much now to get it to look normal on a mannequin, and then you lose the beautiful detail on the shorts. So I'm definitely going to remake those. So they're not going in, they're going to go in the wash pile, but they're going to need a remake. This hasn't actually been on display very much this year because we've had the dress out instead. This is the all buttoned up vest top version, which is slightly different from the top of the dress, but it has that cute buttonhole pattern that cinches it into a sweetheart neckline. I love it. I want to remake this for my size. That's not my size, sadly. Not coming. My Bittersweet Margaret bralette, which was my size, but I probably should... I wouldn't wear this in public with these cups. I need to extend the cups because I've gained weight. The cups are designed to cover, and obviously things have grown where they shouldn't have, and it's designed so that the cups come all the way around to the side to prevent side boob. Another vest top. I need to put those in the cleaning pile. Oh, I need to make a new version of this because it's now winter and it's one of my favourite designs I've ever made from a practicality point of view, which sounds really boring. I love crochet hot water bottle covers made in acrylic. There's no issue with the heat, but I hate having a wet hot water bottle. So I designed this so that you can actually remove the hot water bottle without having to fight for the neck. So you can actually remove it, pop it out, fill up your hot water bottle, fold it back over, and you're good to go. I need to remake this sample a few times so I can do like a little line of them and obviously get some hot water bottles to fill them. So we are down to two rather large piles of samples. Oh, let me just sit down and chat to you. In true Fiona style, all of the samples are just fallen on the floor. Hasn't irritated me in the slightest, but they all need sorting anyway. So they're all going to get a bit of a freshen up. Going to give them a nice light steam, try and get some of those creases out and check how many bags they're going to fill. I think I'll get it into one bag. It will be fine. Because I have such limited space on my stand, I've only got 3 meters by 2 meters. The price per square foot is quite high, and at the moment I'm not in a position to buy more space. So I'm just using what I have. I have done lots of cutouts and lots of layout versions to try and make it work. I struggled last year because I had 3 sides, like I just had one opening. So I've opted for a corner space this year. I'm going to be on stand number K32 in the main hall, which is quite near the catwalk and a really good position. I really like where I go. It's a little bit cooler because there is an ice rink at Alexandra Palace and we're not too far away from it. But it just means I don't get too hot, which has been fun at some of the other shows this year. It does seem like quite a lot of samples, and I only have one hanging rail, so I need to make sure that I've packed the screws for the hanging rails. And I'm not taking my accessories, so I'm not going to be selling things like crochet hooks and stuff like that because I am so limited on space. That's kind of got me a little bit excited, actually, feeling a little bit more ready for it. Not going to take me long to give these all a clean and a steam. I'm going to check for some rough edges. I have got one of those really good, I've showed it on here before, I think. It's like a nifty, I'm twisting because that's the action that you use on it. It's like a snag repair tool and it works so well. It helps hide ends if you've, like, they're starting to poke out. You kind of twist it as it goes in. It's got barbs on it and it kind of mats the acrylic, the wool, whichever fabric you're using. It helps to bury those ends forever. You'll never see them again. And if you get like those annoying pulls, if you have pets or children or things with claws, and it catches on one of your projects, it repairs it so well, you'll never see it again. So a bit of a recap of what I'm going to do after I've done this video. I am going to do some snag repairs on anything that I find that has a snag. I'm going to get my bobble off. I don't know if you've ever used one, but just shave down some of the projects that are looking a little bit bobbly. I'm going to remake my rose cardigan. This sample is coming, but I'm making myself a version I can wear, and I am hoping I've got enough yarn to do my balloon sleeve because I really like that sleeve version. That's my job for the rest of today. Get these cleaned up, packed up, and get ready for packing, ready for the show. I'm feeling a lot more organised and a lot more ready for this show. I have a huge delivery coming next week of my printed products. I've already got my yarn I've ordered, so I've got all my Serdar yarn for my cardigan and my shawl kits. If you fancy coming along to the show and you'd like to say hi, please do. I'm going to be in the main hall, as I've mentioned, but you can use my code to get a £2 discount off of the cost of your ticket. The code is very simply Cozy Rosie, and you enter that into the discount box as you go into the payment page. I'll pop a link in the description box and the first comment of where to use that code so that you can get that discount and come and say hi, because you are going to be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that is available at that show. I'm off to keep on working on my remake on the Rose cardigan. Going to get these refolded now they're fallen on the floor, get them cleaned and washed and prepped for looking beautiful, and hopefully I will see you at the show too. Thank you so much for joining me today and being company as I worked my way through all those samples. Thank you so much for joining me. I will hopefully see you at the show. If not, I'll see you in the next video.